Hey guys, and welcome back to another Factorio sending supporters to space episode. And we're over here by the Make Everything. I've been messing around a little bit with an electric furnace build here. And I think that's what we're going to do today, is try to get this thing fleshed out. And then also, a few things to go over. First of all, is we finished pretty much the steel smelters. I did upload the stream footage of this last night, if you want to check that out. But essentially what we did on the stream is just finish these smelters. I added all the rest of them here, marked them. The only thing they're missing is modules, which is super easy. Pretty much I just need to dedicate like 45 minutes or something to just loading up a helicopter and flying over them and getting my bots to put the modules in. But other than that, well, this one has modules, but all the rest don't, because these two and this one were already built. But yeah, so these three and these two need modules. We also fixed the track a little bit. Hopewell did me a big favor and moved one of the steel smelters a little bit and moved this track down so it matches left to right. Because if you remember, they were kind of like offset, or one was a little higher than the other with the track due to how the station needed to be placed. So if we had left it as we went up, it would get worse and worse, and I did not find that acceptable. So we changed it so they are symmetrical, like top to bottom-ish. Also, I did kind of work out the speed build. We'll have to fly over there because we'll probably, after we do the furnaces, I'll show you the speed build. People made some good comments about, like, I had like one extra assembler and some other comments, and I kind of took that feedback and then looked at it myself and wondered what the hell I was doing the first time and fixed it up. So it's pretty good right now. But we need to work on electric furnaces. This is one of the last things left. The only things after this are rocket control units and low density structures and the science builds, which are like the simplest of everything pretty much. But the furnaces, what I'm doing here, this is a very different beacon layout. And before you think I've just completely gone off the deep end, because this is far from an optimal beacon layout technically, the thinking is the same thinking as what was done with the drills and assemblers. So it's kind of, again, some of this stuff is hard to quantify, but essentially, what, like, if you remember what we did here, is this was just kind of one beacon per. We could have done the 8-8 beacon layout like all of our other builds, right? Like this. But then we would have only needed one, maybe two assemblers per side. And sure, that would have been less entities and less inserters, but it would have actually been really bad for bots because we're delivering with these long 363s, right? And if you just have like one or two machines like in the middle, or even if you had one or two just on the outside, either way, your bots are going to be flying kind of very inefficiently because they're going to be coming from like this chest all the way into the middle and then having to go all the way back instead of kind of straight across as they need from chest to chest here. That's why you kind of want like symmetry and just to line things up the best you can for bots. I mean, you'll notice, and I went over this with this build, but just to reiterate, that like these provider chests are lined up with these requester chests because bots should fly more in a straight line. Yes, I know bots aren't, they're not going to do it perfect every time. That's just how the game is, but you know, it will help. It's definitely better than like forcing them to fly these long, like, diagonal patterns across like this. So the same thinking applies here. I just wanted to explain that so you kind of know what I'm thinking here. It's the same thing thinking applies here. I did the math, and we need 1,500 electric furnaces. I will double check my math really quickly here. Make sure that I am not completely nuts. Electric circuit, because it should be the same as electric engines, I believe. Electric furnace, 1,500, yeah. So we need 1,500, and I did the math that if we did a full 8-8 build and speeded these things, we would only need like 7 or 6, no, not even, yeah, 6 or 7 per side, which is great. It's less entities and stuff. However, again, if we just take, I'm using this for the length of the train, the engine build, just for the tracks. So you see kind of where those tracks go, right? If it were only like 7 machines, it would be really small and kind of the same issue with the bots flying like not straight. So what I've done is just used less beacons to give us more machines to stretch it out so it kind of fits with the train tracks. And as it is here, I'm obviously missing these beacons on the rest of it, but as it is here, it pretty much lines up. This is actually the furnace, or the electric engine build here that I have, actually maybe would have benefited from that because it's actually a little small compared to the trains, but that it's actually not bad. This one is slightly bigger, just by like one assembler or so, but that's fine because it still kind of covers most of the train wagon area, which is going to be better, I think. Well, we'll have to test it. But anyway, so that's kind of the deal with this. And the reason I moved I had them like this, and then I was like, wow, I'm just a complete idiot, and there's nowhere to insert materials. So that's why we're sticking these out here. I mean, it makes the build a little bigger. It pushes the roboports farther away, because if, you know, the beacon were here, then your roboport could go here. But then you have nowhere to insert. And sure, you could put the chest back here, but that is like not accomplishing anything over putting them in the front like they should be. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is part of the experiment, right? Is, you know, I don't know. Maybe only 6 machines, 8/8 beacon would have been better. I don't know, to be honest. And this is part of, I mean, this is part of the series, right? Is not only building really efficiently, but trying out some new stuff that at least I think should be efficient, theoretically. So that's kind of the idea here, and I'm just building this at the ME kind of as a test, and because we have materials right here, we will actually have to move it somewhere bigger so we can mess with the track, but that's kind of the plan here. So yeah, these guys, with these beacons, the powered one, these ones without power don't give a full speed, but this one with power is 6.25 crafting speed, which actually works out perfectly to give us, each one provides 75 furnaces a minute, each machine. And we need 1,500, and that is an exact, what's the word? I can't even figure out the damn word. That equals exactly 20 machines total needed. 20 times 75 is 1,500. So we have temper side. Now, assuming it's going to work 100% perfectly is not always the best idea. However, we also, that 1,500 takes into account a 5% margin of error. So even if these don't work 100%, it'll still be enough or more than enough to do 4,000 packs a minute, right? That's why we have that 5% margin of error. I mean, sure, I could stretch this to 11 or 12, but these things are going to be insanely material hungry as it is. I mean, 10 steel. This build, this electric furnace build, is going to take like 2.5 of our steel smelters, and the low density structures are going to take 4. Low density steel structures are actually going to take 4 entire. They're going to take an entire side of the steel, and then like 2.5 go to electric furnaces, and then a little bit goes to engines, and then the rest kind of just goes to whatever the ME or whatever. We're overproducing a bit, but so that's kind of the deal there. Now, routing the tracks for all that is going to be the real headache. That's going to be interesting. That might take some serious thinking to get that to work. We will try to do direct lines as we did with the iron and such. So kind of the same dealio here. You know, I don't know. I mean, if you guys say this is going to be horrible, I mean, if, you know, the design team, Hopewell and Can and stuff look at this and like, Sterling, just an idiot, what are you doing? Then I might redesign it kind of like I did the speeds. But this is my first rough draft. So the problem with 10 is there's not actually a middle. We have 5 and then, well, I guess it kind of is a middle. So like these would point that way, and then these would point this way, right? Because we want the requesters, again, closer to the center, I believe. So then these guys would kind of go like that. And then like that. Oh, not 2 of them. Now I'm actually, this could be a problem. I'm actually wondering, can one stack inserter support this? I mean, this thing is pretty freaking fast. They take 5 seconds as is. But with this speed and only 1 requester, I wonder if that's enough. The stack inserter can move about 27.7 items a second, but it can only pick up, you know, 1 type at a time. So I'm not sure if it can actually keep up since it needs to do 3 different types. That's a good question. I mean, we could test it. You know, why the hell not? Just make a few furnaces right here. Are we in the network? We are. The bots are not going to like. Actually, let's just dump some. So we need brick, which I probably have like none of. There's a little brick producer here over somewhere. I'm just gonna grab the stuff. It's faster probably than me requesting it and waiting for the silly bots to bring it to me. So I'm just gonna yoink some of these. And then we need some red circuits. Game. This place is impossible to run through. Let's just take that. It only needs 5 per. I just want to see just if the thing can keep up at all. And then I have steel. Probably want to grab a little more steel than that, though. Maybe a little more red circuits. Not like we're short on them by any means. Probably want some more brick, actually. Now that I think about it. Are we, like, out of... I don't know why these guys, like... Come on, dudes. What are you doing? Is there brick, like, in here somewhere? I don't know. That's enough for, like, 10 furnaces. We'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead and just... Because this matters, right? If I need to add another requester or something, now would be the time to figure that out. So he's going to do that. If we just dump... Let's do that. Let's... I want the stuff to already be in here, right? To kind of see, like... Is this going to work or not? So what we need to see... Yeah. This is actually a bit of a problem. That's actually a bit of a problem. You can see it did not keep up. So, this is actually a problem I have not really encountered yet. In fact, I'm surprised that's not an issue with these. How is that not an issue with these? Oh, it is. They have 2 requesters. And this guy has no power because... I don't actually... Why the fuck do you not have any power? That's not good. That's kind of important. Kind of needs some power in there. Why? Ew. These are misplaced. That's a problem. I'll have to fix that later. Anyway, do we just want to do 2 requesters, or do we want to slow these down? If I slowed them down, if I took away a beacon, I would take away the front one because that would allow us to put stuff even closer, potentially. That brings us down to 5.625 speed. So if we do some quick math again, we take 1, because we output 1 furnace per cycle, divided by the craft time, which is 5, multiplied by the craft speed of the assembler, which is 5.625. We make 1.125 a second times 60, make 67.5 a minute, and then we take 1500 and divide by 67.5, which is 22.2. So that would be 11 per side. Hmm. 11 per side. It's not great, but as long as there's 11 on the top side as well, it wouldn't really be that big of a problem. I wonder... Okay, I'm gonna request this. I don't know why this stupid thing has, like, no brick. Like, or at least, I think it's actually in the storage is what it is. There's something. Here to come. Thanks, guys. Alright. So I'm gonna dump this in here, and we're gonna see again if he can keep up. Now, it's gonna take a second, because he kind of has to... Stopped for a second there. That's still not ideal. Okay, I mean, 2 requesters wouldn't be as bad. I don't know. This is one of them things. This is one of those things where it's like, you know, maybe I'm just being dumb. I mean, the other build has 2 requesters. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see. Like I said, the design team, you guys might just say I'm being stupid, and I'll have to redo it. I mean, that's kind of the thing. I had to redo the speeds. You know, it's no big deal. It made the build better. So if we do 2 requesters, just to kind of look at what we've done over here, well, not there, here. So this guy is requesting, what do drills take again? So drills take more iron. Okay, so we have one requester requesting the highest required item, and then the other one requiring the 2 other ones. This one's a little bit different because it takes 2 high requirement items, the brick and the steel. I feel like it... I mean, I don't know, we could mix them in one chest and then have another chest do circuits, or have like one chest do steel and circuits and then another chest do brick. Or we could split the circuits. The 2 highest required things should be in the closest chest, I think, to the center. I mean, he should be able to keep up with 2 of them, right? I don't know, maybe not. So if we do a lot would be the answer. We need a lot. I mean, if we do like a minute worth of production again, and this time I'll actually do it right. I messed up my math on the speed build. So if we do, let's do 10, because we need 10, so we're doing input now, divided by the craft time of the thingy, times the craft speed, which was 6.25, right? So it's 12.5 a second times 60, 750? Are you nuts? Are you kidding me? It's a lot, man. And these 12.5 a second, that also helps with the inserter thing. That should be okay, because it needs 12.5 steel and brick a second, which is 25 items a second, and a stack inserter can move 27.7, I believe. It's at least 27, so theoretically it should be able to keep up. I'm not too keen on requesting 750, but geez, man. Let's just do 500 for now. I don't know, we might change it. Like I said, this is rough draft number 1. And then this guy, well, essentially would be half of that. Ah, shit. Fuck. Damn it. Building it in the network, I'm an idiot. Go away. You numbnuts. I mean, that was my fault, not the bots. Oh, dear God. Okay, well. Yeah, this is why we don't build it in the network. This would probably be a good idea. But yeah, so we do like 500 each of them, and then like maybe 250, 300 red circuits, and then an output here. We'll maybe do the requests in a different area. So yeah, and then the power pole should be pretty easy, pretty simple here. I know we need some speed models and stuff, and then obviously it would be mirrored on the top as well. Tracks in the middle. Robo ports smack up against these as close as they can get, like that. And then I want to place the tracks in the ports first, because again, since the tracks are in there, it only moves on like 2 space intervals, so I need that first, and then I can move this on a 1 space basis essentially. We do want to cap this, I would imagine, to probably 2 stacks. Again, kind of like a minute-ish worth of production maybe per chest. And since they make, oh, got one. Since it makes like, what'd I say? 75, that's more than a stack, so. Let's just stick some modules in here. I don't want to copy to the other side until, I don't want to do one above it until I'm out of the network, because I want to set the requests. I can't believe I did that. I'm so dumb. All right, so yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, there's going to be criticisms. There always is. And I don't know. Maybe this is good. Maybe it's bad. But, you know, you guys kind of like seeing some of the design stuff. So this is what it is. It's experimentation, trial and error, figuring out what works and what doesn't. Like, I'm really glad we tested the requester thing, because I would have been pretty upset if I just like went straight forward with it and built the thing with one requester and then realized it didn't actually work at all. So if we do that and we take what's that? Well, that's a steel build, I think. It's a blueprint. This guy. I'm blueprinting it so I can put it somewhere else to do the requests, and then we'll do the tracks in the top side. But I wonder if my personal bots are going to do this. It looks like they will. Sweet. And I don't know what episode time we're at. We're at 20 minutes. We probably have time here to almost finish this up as I steal all my stuff. Wonderful. Great. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, that's like an outposting helicopter. That must be Hopewell's or something. Okay, where is somewhere out of the network? Where's my damn blueprint? I always lose these stupid things. All right. That's construction network. Run! There we go. That works. Okay, so let's place this guy... Oh no, we want the tracks first, you idiot. Okay, let's, well... Actually, the tracks need to be like what the red circuit tracks are. We actually need 4 because we need brick input, steel input, red circuit input, and then furnace output. So we actually need 4 sets of stuff. And the furnace and red circuit tracks probably will come from the same direction, because red circuits will be coming from the main line and furnaces, well, I would imagine, would be going on to the main line. So this actual setup would probably actually work quite well. I don't know if we need this many robo ports. I'll copy them anyway, and then we can remove them just so we have the ports and stuff there. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if we actually need the, I don't know, those are gonna, actually, let's just get rid of that. Well, actually, well, it's a little late now, isn't it? Crap. Stupid thing. I wish there was like a way, can you like re-enable stuff you take out of the blueprint before you save it? Kind of wish you could. Alright. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I only got 1/2 of the blueprint, man. Alright, let's try this one last time. 3rd time's a charm, right? Definitely got the row ports that time. Great. We're good? Okay, let's bring this guy up here. And I'll just tear up the chest. The reason I want the chests in there is to kind of space the build correctly, and then also I know that like this is kind of where trains park. We don't need nearly this many inserters and stuff for some of the things, so I need to remove some, but at least this way I kind of know where stuff goes, like where the train parks and stuff, so I can make sure I at least have stuff inserting and exporting from an actual train and not in between trains. So there's that. Now I'm out of ports, which is fine. Like I said, I don't think we need this many. We'll probably end up tearing some up. But yeah, because like, let me see how that is. So let's think for a minute. That would go there. I mean, really, well, no, the red circuit's actually inserting from one end is probably, actually, no, that's actually probably good. I need to change some of these around because I probably want the high demand things, the steel and the brick, coming in the middle and export, like unloading in the middle. So one of these is fine, this one, but this is actually a load station, which I probably want this to be like steel and brick too. So then that would mean that like the top one or bottom one would be load, and then the other one would unload red circuits. I don't know if that's worse or better. I do think that the higher demand thing should be in the middle. Could be wrong. I mean, I can move those later. Just need to line this thing up. So, either way, trying to center this. Well, I mean, that's the center right there. That's the center. So let's do that. Or wait, it's not the center, you idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, this beacon is centered here. Okay. Yep. And honestly, we probably could remove like these last 2 ports potentially. I think those might be a bit overkill. Any particular reason you're not? What? I have modules. You just like dumb bots? I know my row port's wrong because they just placed it. Okay, am I really just? Oh, dear God! Like, come on, guys. I don't know. Modules seem to lag so hard. Like trying to put them in. I don't know why the bots do. I think it's because there's tons of module construction orders on all the smelters, so the game like has to cycle through all of it or something. Yeah, you know, we could at least remove the in 1 on each end. I think we could get rid of 2. I'll have to think about that, but definitely could remove 1, I think, because this build is nowhere near as long as the red circuit build. So that takes care of that, and then the tracks I'll have to think about. So then that's that one, and then these guys, let's actually set our requests, and then I'll call it a video. So this was going to be like, what did I say, like 500 of each. So like 500 steel, 500 brick on those. So boom, boom, him, and him. And then that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah. And then this one would just be like, just say like 350 red circuits or something. I might change these again. Don't be surprised if stuff changes. I didn't actually show you the speed module build. I kind of need the in the episode. The speed module build didn't change a lot. I added, it has 2 rows. This is it up here. It has 2 rows. They're not tapered just because it was easier, like symmetry wise and design wise, to actually not do it. Probably would have been a little better to have it tapered, but I actually then would have needed to make either like make the front row longer or actually have 3 rows. And I decided that just having 2 rows not tapered probably wasn't very much worse at all. And then I did fix the request numbers, and then also so the requesters on both sides kind of point in, like meet in the middle, and then go out kind of like this build does. They were messed up, and that's pretty much the changes I did there. Yeah, we'll remove some stuff here. Maybe I'll swap some stations around, but that's kind of that guy. And then these are all done that. So let's just quickly here kill that. Grab one last blueprint. So I know it's missing modules. That's fine. Spin them around. Damn it. Run up here because I cannot hold my mouse straight, and do that. Boom. And go. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. That'll do it for this one. Only like 2 more builds to go, and then the science builds. Making really good progress. Steel smelters done was a huge accomplishment. I do need to obviously hook outpost to it, but that's kind of just really easy, honestly, in comparison. It's a pretty like zony outwork. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Thoughts as always in the comments. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.